Hello there, Pisces. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are going to be doing a reading for the next 3 months, January, February, and March. In the Northern Hemisphere, this is the winter season, a time when we kind of like allow ourselves to, as much as possible, to rest, to relax, to give ourselves the time to dream about what it is that we would like to, the seeds we would like to plant, to bring into fruition new things on our path. In the summer season, in the Southern Hemisphere, this is a time when you're kind of busy, working on your projects, trying to bring them into harvest. Okay, so this could be a very busy time of year for you. So we're going to take a look first at the overall energy for the next 3 months, and then we'll take a look at January, February, and March separately. And if this reading is resonating with you and you'd like a more personalized version, I do personal readings, and the link is in the description box below. I'll put a link especially for a personalized 3-month reading. I'd be really honored to do a reading for you. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have. Oh my goodness. Look at this. You have the moth spirit, and it says surrender now, right? This is a little bit about surrendering to the ebb and flow of life. Okay, so sometimes what we have to realize is that when we try to control things in our life, and that can mean that we're working really hard on, what it is that we're wanting to bring into fruition, what we are trying to manifest in our life. Sometimes we can get into the energy of thinking that we know best, okay, or thinking that the harder that we work on something, the more it will come into fruition. The surrender, the moth spirit, surrendering to it is kind of like allowing the universe, allowing your spirit guides and angels to kind of like guide you, or to allow them to allow things to come onto your path, situations, opportunities, people, relationships, okay, that will help you to manifest what it is that you are wanting in your life. Recognizing that, it's not about not doing any work, but it's also about recognizing, okay, I can't push, just keep pushing through this. I have to allow the universe to help me with this. So the reason that you want to kind of like allow yourself to let go of the steering wheel and allow your spirit guides and angels to bring in those things that are most good for your highest good, your divine timing of people and situations, is because you have miracles here, right? And it says, expect the wondrous to emerge. This is the energy of when you allow yourself to kind of let the universe, your spirit guides and angels, to take control of the situation, feeling like you don't have to do all of the work or prove your point. Okay, now I don't mean that you're kind of maybe in conflict with somebody and trying to prove that you're right. It's a little bit like, I think you're trying to prove something to yourself. It's kind of like trying to prove that you can get a business to work, right? Or a project out the door, or a relationship, fixing a relationship or a situation. Look at these cards. Just kind of like understanding, what they're saying is that the more that you try, it's kind of like me, the more that I'm trying to shuffle the cards, the more the cards are kind of like falling on the ground, right? It's a little bit of that energy. If you're working on something right now and you feel as if you're doing a lot of work, you're trying to shuffle the cards, you're trying to get things to work, but it just seems like it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's about just, okay, I'm just going to allow things to happen a little bit. Okay, yeah, because there's something, you have the divine timing coming in, but here you are, you're actually you're the one that is kind of like preventing the best possible outcome to come out in this situation, whatever this is. You're actually deceiving yourself of what it is that you truly want. Wow. Okay, let's get these cards out. Yes. Okay, so you have the 9 of Wands here. This is the energy of the wounded warrior. think you've been working on this for a very long time. Oh, Pisces, I'm sending you so much love and hugs. I think you've been working on this for a very long time, whether this is a business you're trying to launch, whether it's a full-time business or a side hustle, a relationship that you have been trying to get to work in whatever capacity that might mean, whether it's romantic or family or friend. It's something that you have been working on for a very long time, and you're having a hard time getting the miracle to happen here, right? Getting it to come to fruition. The wounded warrior energy is also about kind of like not giving up. But at the same time, with the moth spirit, there is this energy where you're almost like trying too hard. You're, have you ever been in a situation where, buying a car, okay? I've been in this situation when you go and the car salesman is just like constantly, like almost like, it's, you feel like you're being hustled, right? It's just, somebody that will not take no for an answer. And you're like, I'm going to go home and think about it. And you're walking out the door and they're like, no, here, wait a minute. Here's, oh, look at this. And if you don't buy it today, then you're going to lose out. And, it's just one thing after another. I feel like you're kind of doing that in this situation. And I'm not saying that you're not doing it because it's something that you truly want. So you're trying to get it to work. But here's the thing. You're actually depleting yourself of the opportunity for this to come into fruition. It's almost like you're trying too hard. This is the energy of, well, if it's meant to be, it will happen, right? This is the energy of you having to kind of like clean up the energy. Yeah, you have round and round. I think you're just kind of like overthinking it. You're trying one strategy after another. So if it's a business you're trying to launch, or if it's a business that you have and, it's not doing bringing in the financial success that you're wanting, or a relationship that you're trying to get to work, it's almost like you're trying one strategy after another. And yet at the same time, it's just not working, right? It's that sense of, I'm trying everything I can. It's almost like you have a magical toolbox and you keep pulling out tools trying to fix whatever this situation is, trying to get it to work because it means so much to you. It really and truly does, because you have the Nine of Cups and the Sun here. This is something that you really and truly want to work, and yet at the same time it's a burden. It's actually a burden because you are trying so hard and yet you're not getting the satisfaction that you want out of this situation or this relationship. Okay, so in January, I think one of the key things here is allowing yourself to let go of the wheel. Putting it out to the universe, saying to your spirit guides and angels, this is something that's really important to me. I would love for this to happen for me, but I also recognize that I need the help of the universe. This is allowing yourself to ask the universe, ask your spirit guides for their help in this situation, and then allowing them to work behind the scenes to allow this to come in at the divine time. Yeah, we have the Aries energy of the Emperor underneath here. Yeah, this is a little bit of trying to kind of like heal the situation, but it's, it's the Emperor is very much that I'm going to control it. I'm going to take action on this. I'm going to do it the way that I want to do it. But by doing that, you're actually deceiving yourself of what it is that you really and truly want. And, Pisces, this always happens. I shouldn't say always, but a lot of times does happen when it's something that we really and truly want, right? It's kind of like, I'm not going to give up. It's that type of energy that's here. I'm not going to give up. This is going to work out for me, no matter what it takes, right? But it is also about, that energy of if you love something, let it go. If it's meant to be, it will return. That is the energy that I have here, where it's kind of like time to let this situation go in a way, and knowing that if it's really meant for you, it will come back. And if it's not, then it's time to kind of like allow yourself to move towards something that is actually better in alignment with what it is that your heart truly desires. Okay, so let's take a look then at February, because February, yeah, I think I feel like this has something to do perhaps with your career. You're asking in February, you're kind of asking, why? Why is this not working for me? And what you have coming forward in March is beautiful. I think, part of the advice here would be to allow yourself to let go of the wheel a little bit sooner, because in February, you're still kind of fighting with it. It's a little bit of, I'm just going to put my head down and I'm going to work even harder on whatever it is that you're trying to have come into fruition for yourself. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, you're disappointed. There is a disappointment here. With the Three of Swords, things are not working out the way that you thought they would. But look at this, okay? It's when things turn around, when you allow yourself to get out of your head. Because remember, we had the thinker here, right? This is your ego taking over. Your ego is thinking that it knows the strategy, right? It knows how to get the situation to work out. But being in that energy only brings you this heartbreak. When you allow yourself to get back into the why, okay? Because we have the why card here. Why did you start this project? Why did you start this business? Why is this relationship so important to you? Asking yourself the question why and getting back to the heart of the matter, right? So I feel like this is kind of like a soul lesson, that the more that you think you allow your ego, right, to kind of take the wheel and make the decisions and kind of like strategize how to move forward, the more disappointment that you have is when you allow your love to come back into this, your passion for what it is that you are wanting. So, for instance, let's say that you started some side business, okay? And so you started the side business, but you've been listening to people that have started businesses before. You may be reading some books and you're strategizing, okay, how to market your business, something like that. And it's not working out for you, right? Because you're just kind of like, you keep trying to strategize, trying to get into the minds of your customer, right? Trying to figure out, like say you started a YouTube channel, why the algorithm isn't picking up your videos or something like that. You're all into the strategy of it. So you've kind of lost contact with the reason why you started your YouTube channel. Perhaps you started a tarot channel, right? And the reason that you really started it was because you feel like you have a spiritual gift. You want to connect your insight, your intuitive nature to help other people on their path. And instead of staying with that energy and coming into creating your videos and putting them up onto YouTube with the energy of, I really want to help other people, you got kind of caught up in trying to figure out the algorithm, or the strategy of how to get your videos out onto YouTube to more people, right? And therefore, all you're getting is more heartbreak. Because you're losing the passion, you're losing the why of why you started this. So, a Pisces, I think this is kind of that energy of understanding that the more that you try to allow your ego to strategize, to tell you how to move forward in this situation, right? The further behind you're going to get. This is kind of like, you know what? I am just embracing what it is that I want to put out there. I'm going to love what I am creating. I'm putting it out there in a loving energy, shining my light as brightly as I possibly can. I'm surrendering. I'm allowing the universe to bring in the people that are meant to see my videos, right? That are meant to connect with me. And when you do that, that is when the miracles happen for you. Yeah, just getting back into your heart of why you are trying to, this situation, whatever this situation is for you. All right, so let's take a look at March. Yes, when you see this situation from a different perspective, when you get out of your head and get back into your heart, it's kind of like you just bring a new energy to whatever the situation is. And therefore, look at this. We have the divine feminine energy, and you're getting what it is that you truly deserve. You're getting your Knight of Cups. You turn it around, and I feel like this is truly a soul lesson for you to understand that when you allow yourself to stay in your heart, to allow your spirit guides and angels to help you on your path, it's almost like, this divine feminine energy is just beautiful, right? Because that is the energy of loving, being passionate about what it is that you're doing and not trying to overthink it or over strategize it. So let's take a look. Let's clarify this and see what we have here. Yeah, you're going in a new direction. I love this. And it is going to take off. So you see you have the Six of Swords and the Three of Wands. Both of these are about moving in a new direction. It's kind of like, I feel like it kind of lights a fire under you. It reignites your passion within you for what it is that you are wanting to create. And then things speed up for you. It is a beautiful energy of recognizing that when we allow ourselves to let go of the control, of becoming more intuitive, of staying in our heart space, that we can create those miracles that we are wanting in our life. Beautiful energy. All right, so let's pull a soul truth card for you for some final advice. And Pisces, if you've resonated with this video, I would really appreciate if you would consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, what expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? Yes, when we get stuck up in our head, right? When we get stuck up in our head, we start thinking about what we are expecting out of this situation. It is about allowing ourselves to surrender from those expectations. It does not mean that we can't kind of dream about what it is that we're wanting to put out into the world, how we are wanting to serve and help other people, what that financial gain we could also gain from that, right? But it is also about understanding that we can't expect things to turn out exactly the way that we want them to. When we allow the universe to bring in what is best for our highest good, remember, our spirit guides and angels know the path. They know where we are going. You have the vast universe, right? It's about getting back onto the energy of I am willing to have those things come onto my path that are for my highest good and enjoying the journey, right? Instead of trying to overthink the journey or control the journey. So let's see what we have here. The expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. We then experience disappointment with ourselves or with a relationship when they are not met. It's time to dissolve our expectations and replace them with gratitude. And that is the other thing here, is that just really concentrating on being really grateful for whatever you are getting out of this situation, right? Allowing yourself to be really grateful for what you already have or where this is taking you. The experience, the wisdom, the insight that you are gaining through this lesson is also part of the journey, and really and truly enjoying every single moment of the journey. That is part of the miracle itself. All right, well, Pisces, I'm going to leave it there. I do wish you so much love and light, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.